be the first. Tonight, I issue a challenge, and I issue this challenge to all Americans, left, right, regardless if you're a politician, a pundit, a painter, a priest, a parishioner, a poet, or a porn star. I issue this challenge. Sign your name to this. Available at glennbeck.com. Read it tonight. I denounce violence, regardless of ideological motivation. I denounce anyone from the left, the right, or the middle who believes physical violence is the answer to whatever it is they feel is wrong with our country. I denounce those who wish to tear down our system and rebuild it in their own image, whatever image that might be. I denounce those from the left, the right, or the middle who call for riots and violence as an opportunity to bring down and reconstruct our system. I denounce violent threats and calls for destruction of our system, regardless of their underlying ideology, whether they come from the, how do you say it again, the Hutari militia, or Francis Fox Piven. I hold those responsible for violence responsible for the violence. And I denounce those who attempt to blame political opponents for the act of madmen or terrorists. I denounce those from the left, the right, or the middle that sees violence as a viable alternative to a long-established system of change made within the constraints of our constitutional republic. I will stand tonight with anyone who will sign that pledge. I wonder who will sign this pledge. I'll bet you the only one here will be Sarah Palin. I'm going to urge leaders from both sides of the aisle. Barack Obama, how much more responsible can anyone be? Join me. Let's get the word out. All walks of life. We can be political enemies. But can't we join on the things that we learned on September 11th and join hands like we did on September 12th? We can duke it out, but be against violence. I believe we must change ourselves to hold on to our republic. Final thought on this next. You and I have been together now for a while, and the media has never understood, and the political class has never understood what you and I do here at 5 o'clock every day. They don't understand it. Because it doesn't have anything to do with anything that they would understand. It has everything to do with values and principles. Values and principles. The Tea Party was started about the same time the 9/12 Project was started. I started the 9/12 Project. I didn't have anything to do with the Tea Party, but I support the Tea Party. The 9/12 Project was started by me on values and principles, because I knew you have to relieve the steam. You have to be able to let people feel as if they have a voice that should be heard. And their voice is powerful when they stand together. But when people come together, if there's not values and principles, they can get lost, they can be taken by someone. It has to be on something higher. So I started that. And then last year, I brought national attention. I was hoping that it wouldn't be attention. I was hoping that it would be a debate to a higher self, a better solution. Fix ourselves, to turn to our history and turn to our God. That was what 828 was about, and they didn't understand that. Again, it was about principles and values. And then E4. I started last week. That's going to be the focus this year. So there are the 2 years. This was the first year of this program, was the 9/12 Project. The second year was all about 828. And this year is about E4. I started talking to you about it last hour, but the media won't report on this stuff, and they don't get it. Maybe they should spend a little more time. E4 about enlightenment, education, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. Don't tear things apart. Make them better. It's a personal solution for all of us to become the people we were born to be, not the people we've allowed ourselves to become. I have called for revolution, a personal revolution. Change ourselves in order to change the world. Those who live with honor and are responsible to themselves and their families will be the key to the future of our republic, not those playing political games. While everyone seems to be focused on politics, I would like to leave you with this. I'd like to focus on this little girl. 9 years old. 9 years old, while she was being born in a hospital, a mother and a father looked at their new baby girl. The rest of the world 9 years ago was freaking out because 9 years ago she was born. September 11th, 2001. How very ironic. Maybe we can take the protection of divine providence. Maybe we're supposed to learn something from this girl. She was born on a day of great terror and terrorism. She died in terrorism. Is her life worth anything? Maybe she was born and her life and her death won't be meaningless if she is the catalyst to get us back to those values and principles that caused America to act the day she was, the way we act, when she was 1 day old. We focused on common sense and values and principles, and we vowed to stop playing politics. We're going live in just about 13 seconds. Head over to foxnews.com/Glenn Beck now. We'll finish the program there. Don't miss it. foxnews.com/Glenn Beck. Do it now. From New York. Good night, America.